The sharp 9 flat 13 chord is just like a dominant 7th, but with an added minor 3rd or raised 2nd sharp 9, and an added minor 6th flat 13 or raised 5th. In this episode of the Music Theory of Moonchild, we're going to learn how Moonchild uses this spicy chord as a passing chord, and how it accompanies the melody. I like to call the sharp 9 flat 13 chord the baby mystic chord because it uses all but one of the pitches of Scriabin's mystic chord. Its fort number is 530 and it's a close relative to the whole tone scale. If we remove the sharp 9 from it, we get a flat 13 chord that belongs to the whole tone scale. Whole tone chords typically function as passing chords, so we can think of this chord as similar to a whole tone chord with a bit more stability and flavor that still functions as a passing chord. A passing chord refers to a chord with tension that pulls us to a more consonant chord. The previous episodes of the series have discussed consonant chords that don't require resolution, while the baby mystic chord is Moonchild's go-to passing chord for creating directional tension. There's two ways this chord tends to be used. One is as a dominant 5 chord that resolves up a 4th. The other is to use it a semitone below the targeted resolution chord. Here's a brief example from their song On To Me that uses both implementations of the chord. We could be half the way through a bottle of wine. The 5-to-1 cadence from G sharp sharp 9 flat 13 to C sharp minor is pretty straightforward. It functions just like any other 5-to-1 cadence, just with some extra sauce. The movement from F sharp 9 flat 13 to F sharp minor 9 is interesting because it only requires 2 displacement. F moves to F sharp and D sharp moves to E. Very smooth. Our 530 chord is not a subset of the major scale. We can think of it as a subset of the mystic chord, and the largest scale set we can think of this chord belonging to is called the Acoustic Set, or otherwise known as Lydian dominant. The melody in Moonchild songs always use major or minor scales. However, when the melody combines with a sharp 9 flat 13 chord, sometimes the combined pitches sounding create the mystic chord, or the entire acoustic set. In fact, if we go back to that excerpt from On To Me, we hear the vocal pitches in C sharp minor add a flat 9 and tritone to the F sharp 9 flat 13 chord, which combines to make the acoustic set. The acoustic set is the second most consonant and even set just after the major scale set. Moonchild includes this sharp 9 flat 13 chord into their vocabulary to create directional tension that is still relatively consonant. I want to show the guitar players out there that we can make the sharp 9 flat 13 chord like this, and like this. Here's a voicing using open strings I use in the upcoming excerpt. In their song Strength, which is in G major, the sharp 9 flat 13 chord moves down a half step to C major 7 with this nice smooth movement. The sharp 9 flat 13 chord is applied in several positions in this song, and notice how the end of the song uses lower third substitution from chord changes that used to be 4-to-1 becoming 2-to-6. Here's my abbreviated version of Moonchild's song Strength. It won't be long, my strength will come. It's been deep down, all along, not all at once. My strength will come, but I'm not wrong. I can feel it coming, man. I can feel it coming, I can feel it, no it won't be long. I can feel it, I can feel it coming, I can feel it, no it won't be long. I can feel it, I can feel it coming. Thank you all for watching. Please join the Discord, like, comment, subscribe, and consider donating.